Hello guys, Marten here. So we got a nice little rally here over the weekend. For instance, Ethereum was up 9% than most on Sunday, and Bitcoin Cash went up 38% from Friday to Sunday. But in this video we'll focus on Ethereum, Cardano, Aion and BAT. So let's get started here. This is the total altcoin chart. And we are right now trading around 101.5 billion. And there is a lot of resistance here around 102, 103. So don't be surprised if we were to get a pause here or sideways action or perhaps a little pullback. And if we look at the Bitcoin seasonality chart, we are right now in November and this is looking pretty good here historically, up 30% for the month of November. So we do have bullish momentum here historically in this very month. So that is good here to have to keep in mind. But let's look at Ethereum here on the daily chart, because on Friday I anticipated a little pullback here for Ethereum down to 196. And basically that is where we went, but we went down to 197 here, this red candlestick, and we did get support there. So this trend line here did hold, and we got very nice move here on Sunday. So Ethereum went up all the way to 219 and touched the 50-day EMA. And then yesterday we sort of went sideways and made a little pullback here down to 205, and there is support in this area, but the question remains here if this will be enough, because we've been outside of the Bollinger Band here for 2 days in a row here in terms of the closing. So potentially we could get an even further pullback down to around 203 or something. And you can also have a look at this supporting trend line down here. So that is what I'm looking at here. Otherwise the volume is very good here, or very good, it's good. Best day here on Sunday for the last 3 weeks. So that could mean that this could get a continuation here. Now, if we were to head up north again, a retest of 220 up here, that would definitely be in the cards. And we do still have room to grow here when we look at the stochastics. It's only around 64, the fast stochastic, and the other one is basically around the same level here. So that is good. And the RSI is only down at 53. Now let's look at a weekly chart for Ethereum, because I found something interesting here. This is going back all the way to April, and as you can see, this is the Heikin-Ashi chart, and we've had a very negative move here to the downside. But what is interesting here is that last week we formed this doji sign right here, this cross, and that is usually a sign of directional change. And this week is the first green week here in 25 weeks. So that was back here in May. That was the last time we were in the green here in terms of the Heikin-Ashi. So potentially this could be a long-term move here to the upside. At least last time it lasted about 4 weeks or so. Obviously this week has just started. But if this week will close in the green, I would find this pretty interesting. So let's head over to Cardano, the daily chart. And Cardano rose 8% here on Sunday. This nice move here. Yesterday went up even further, made a new high and almost touched the 50-day EMA, the blue line up here. So if we were to continue to the upside here, obviously we're looking at this target at around 8 cents up here. But what's also necessary to look at is the stochastics. It's in oversold territory here, both of these stochastics. So that is a potential warning sign. So if we were to go down here, we do have support around the 20-day EMA. Obviously, we went down there yesterday, but then went up again. So I still think it is likely here that we could get a little pullback. But it's sort of 50-50 situation. But if we look at the 8-hour chart, we do have RSI divergence here. So here we made a higher high up here in terms of price, and down here we look at the RSI, we made a lower high here. So that could be a potential time here to take some profits. And you should watch this trend line here. If this one will still hold, it could be good for another run to the upside. So perhaps you could take some profits here if you're trading this. But let's look at Aion, because last time the first time we looked at Aion, we were over here, and we just broke out here after we formed this nice doji hammer, and then went up here to the Bollinger Band, the upper Bollinger Band. But we did have this supporting trend line, and that just lost it here totally. So obviously it would have been a good time to take profits in this area when we were touching the upper Bollinger Band. But it's always tough when you get a drastic move like this. So that would have been, if you were to have a stop loss around this area, something like this, around 660. Otherwise, let's finish here with BAT, because it gone up 100% in the last run up here, basically for the last month since the breakout down here. So very nice move here for BAT. But we did get a RSI divergence here during the last peak up here when we made a higher high. So if we go down here to our RSI, we can see here that we did make a lower high here on the RSI. So it's definitely an oversold territory. But I do think it still does look pretty bullish here. So I do have an upside target here, and that is obviously this area around 550. So we do want to take out this high from here. And as long as this trend line right here will hold, we should still be in a bullish mode here. But this could definitely be time to take some profits here if you're trading BAT. Otherwise, if you're just hodling, just keep on hodling. So that's all I have to say about BAT. And head over to our homepage, altcoinbus.io, if you haven't seen the latest stories. And have a great evening. Goodbye.